Hello, fellow gamers. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Missed me? I hope you did. Anyway, this week we'll be doing things a little differently. I'm going to review two games instead of one. The big game being either the multiplayer game or in future episodes maybe a single player game, which is somehow deep and, well, big in some ways. And a little game being more of a time killer than a hardcore game, but, you know, still worth a play. Hoping this new format will make things a bit more interesting and also make up for the time I was away. By the way, you can check out the website for a full explanation of why I have been away. So, our big game this week isn't really that big, but it's fun. It's multiplayer and it's pretty awesome. The best part is it's not an FPS. I've been wanting to do something else for ages. So without further ado, I introduce to you, hey, that rhymes, Counter-Strike 2D. So first of all, Counter-Strike 2D looks really good. I'm not talking about the graphics, I'm talking about menus and the overall feel of it. It's just actually really, really polished. So, just like the original Counter-Strike, you need to have a nickname, check. And you can even pick a spray logo to, well, spray on walls. Well, floors in this case. Then it's time you hop into the server browser and find a game. So, in-game, it's similar to the original, but in top-down 2D. You start the game with so much cash and buy weapons, then you either rescue, defend hostages, or plant defuse bombs, depending on the game type, while shooting the other players. If you're killed, you're dead for the rest of the round, and every kill earns you money. Pretty standard. The weapons feel very different than they do in the original. For example, the AK-47 is the most sought-after weapon, rather than AWP, which in my personal opinion is better, not so many snipers around. The levels, however, are actually pretty good 2D reimaginations of the original levels. So far it's all been a faithful remake of Counter-Strike in 2D. But the game cheats by introducing a new mode called Construction. This is nothing like anything in the original, unless there's some mod that I don't know about. Anyway, it's basically capture the flag with respawning and all. But, as a cool twist, you get to build defenses for your base, including turrets, barbed wire, and much, much more. Now, I do have a bit of a complaint though. There is a feature in the game I haven't mentioned yet. It's Fog of War, which basically means you can only see where you are facing. This of course makes a lot of sense and is a cool feature as it adds a lot of tactical gameplay. But from all the servers I find, only about 4 actually use this feature, and they are rarely populated. But anyway, I digress. Rating time. Low spec, 5 out of 5. It's 2D with not a lot of particle effects or anything like that to hurt your hardware. The overall quality, 4 out of 5. Not only is it fun, but it's just so well polished. It's also easier to pick up than the real Counter-Strike, and the new construction mode is very, very fun. Okay, now it's time for me to review the little game this week. The first little game I have chose to review is quite a gem. Starting off with the name, Rabbit Stew. How could you not want to try a game called Rabbit Stew, seriously? Now, Rabbit Stew claims to be a simulation of a rabbit's life. You walk around eating grass, carrots, befriending other rabbits, and running the hell away from predators while avoiding bear traps. The predators include a hawk, fox, and a hunter. Now, the game starts off with this awesome intro telling the story of the once happy rabbit population. Now, the idea of each level is to reach the end and collect friends along the way and bring them to the end of the level for a better score. But it's just so tempting and hard to resist putting them in harm's way just to watch them die. I don't know whether to call that a good thing or a bad thing, but it's fun. Overall, the game is pretty tough. If you don't play it in full screen, you'll never see the traps. I played in window because it's easy to capture with the software I use, so you might have better luck if you're playing in full screen. but to be honest, it's hard to review this game with words. I think the game just speaks for itself. I've said everything that can be said about the game, so just enjoy some gameplay footage. Also, I would like to have more content in Cheap Ass Gamer episodes, so please send me anything related to freeware gaming that you may have made. I'm not talking about reviews, I'm mainly talking about demos of you playing. So if you're playing any free, low-spec online game, preferably one I've reviewed but not necessarily, Fragvid for example, of a deathmatch game, then feel free to send it to me and it will be featured at the end of the episodes. I want to get a bit of a community thing going. Also, if you want to send me emails, I'm not really sure what there is to say, but if you want to send me emails, I can do a reading and replying to them on the show. So please, anything you want, just send. And for now, just enjoy more Rabbit Stew. Thank you.